So a little bit of a late start on this week's vlog. Today I have workout with the trainer, and then I'm meeting a guy to check out our timber. Potentially going to sell some of the timber off of our mountain. And yesterday I started my studies of the North Carolina CDL manual. Planning on going and getting at least my Class A learner's permit so I can drive a big truck, because I've always wanted to be able to do that. So I created it's a 161 page manual. You really have to know it inside and out, I gather. And I created like a study plan with ChatGPT, which suggested that I take 4 weeks to absorb that. And then if I go and do that and everything goes to plan, I might go do some sort of 5 to 7 week apprenticeship program, driving a big truck. Because again, that just seems like a super cool thing to be able to do, and I think it would aid me. Lots of times we want to buy stuff that requires me to go get somebody. In particular, like I'll tell you, one of the ideas I have is I've wanted to have a storage container recording studio sort of set up, you know. The reason I want it in a storage container is because it's contained, and if we were to ever move, I wouldn't have to go redo that. I'm only going to do this studio build thing one time. I mean, I've got a small one above the store, but you know, I really want to have like a unto itself kind of a structure. But anyway, if you don't have a CDL, you have to pay somebody to move that. It's quite expensive, like maybe as much as $1,000 to move this container. The containers themselves are really reasonable, but $1,000 to move it from Richfield to home, like 10 miles, man, you know, I can get this CDL for next to nothing, you know, and I'd be able to do it myself. I don't know, food for thought, but anyway, tomorrow never knows. Never stop trying to and being interested in improving yourself, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm halfway on my weight loss journey. Like I feel like I've lost about half of what I need to. I know the second half is going to be tougher. That's just the way it is. But I'm like at 59, 58 days now of intermittent fasting for at least 18 hours. And it's gotten real normal for me. Just to kind of have to pay attention is all. And that's pretty much it. Although that said, I'm pretty hungry right now. Now I could eat at 2 today, but I think I'm going to push it on because we're taking Delilah to this little place in Star that we found that we kind of like, just as something for us to do on a Wednesday night, and we're going to eat there. So I'm probably just going to hold off and make it more like a 22-hour fast today. We'll see. But I am working with the trainer, so who knows, man? I might be really hungry after that. I also need to get this bushy beard trimmed. But anyway, let's get into it. It's Wednesday, y'all. Today we are working at Planet Fitness. Usually we work at H4 Fitness. So I guess he's got something special planned for some of the machinery or the stair stepper or something. You know, usually I work out on Tuesdays, and yesterday was one of those days I just did not have the go in my mind. And so I just switched to today. On the whole, doesn't make any difference, but actually it had been rainy, and it's still rainy today. And I don't know, something about the rain just sort of, I don't want to say it depresses me, but it doesn't make me eager to go work out. Let's just say it like that. But one of my superpowers is that all I really have to do is get myself to the door. Once I go through the door, it's work mine. Here's why having a trainer matters, and not just a trainer, the right trainer. Man, my trainer is so cool. First and foremost, show and prove. The person should have the kind of physique that you want to have, or at least that level or better. and they should be in a similar age range as you, and they should be similar size to you. This invariably has always worked better than having, like, you know, a small woman trying to train me, which has happened. I've had tiny women trying to train me, different size dudes, shorter dudes. Not that they weren't fit. Some of them were. Some of them were just so-so. I've had fit guys kind of in my side that just didn't really connect with me on a personal level and didn't seem to care that much. And that's normal for them, you know, but you got to find the right trainer. And I'll just tell you how cool my trainer is. Today I'm sitting there talking about, he's saying, okay, look, man, we've lost half the weight. It's going to get harder now. And I'm, you know, we're just kind of commiserating about that. And I said, you know, psychologically, I'm just trying to tell myself, hey, it's not going to come off as fast as it has for the second half of this bulk that I'm trying to lose, right? He said, don't worry about the shorter fasting periods, because I struggle, not physically. As far as my mind, when it comes to being hungry, I could give a crap, hungry or not. If I've set my goal at 20 hours or 18 hours or what, I'm going to meet that. It's the psychological part that's hard. For example, today, I'm not supposed to eat until 3 hours from now, and my wife wants to go eat now. So my choices are take her to eat, or say something like, hey, take her to eat and then possibly break my fast earlier than I had planned, which is not even a big deal if you're just talking once in a blue moon, which that's what it is. Or I could go take her to eat and not eat anything, which is super not fun. That's the psychological part of it. Or my other option would be to say, hey, you know, my fast is not up until 2 o'clock or whatever, and she's going to say something like this, well, just go and do what you want. You know, that again is kind of a gaslighting maneuver that some people do without even thinking about it. I know that she wants me to succeed in my fast, but yet she'll let her own, you know, focus on whatever she wants, sort of gaslight me a little bit. And I'm not, you know, I would almost rather just break the fast 2 hours early one day to keep her happy with me. But anyway, I was just saying all this to him. I was like, you know, it's the psychological part. It's when I got Delilah or some stuff on my mind or whatever. That's the part that makes it tough to stick to a longer fasting period, like 20 hours, 22 hours, whatever. Because I want that calorie deficit. I want that. I seek that every day. So he said, don't worry about that. He said, now really what matters is increasing your output, because we've gotten the low-hanging fruit we've already got. Anyway, long story short, I need to start working out with him. I went to 2 weeks, and I really need to be doing 3 times exercise in a week. One of those will be on my own, because I need to learn how to work out on my own. I'm not going to have a trainer for the rest of my life, although I am not leaving this guy until I meet my goal. My lips to God's ears, so long as I'm able to pay that. And I said, well, and I actually wasn't talking about money. I mean, money is not the issue. This guy's super reasonable. But I said, you know, I'm really going to try to get to like multiple times a week. That's something I really want to do. And he goes, how about this? You pay one session, and then the next session's on me. So you do 2 weeks. In other words, you only pay for 1 a week. I was like, are you serious right now? He's like, yes. I'm like, done. I will do that. So he's basically calling me on the carpet to make sure that I show up and increase that output like he knows he needs to get those results that are going to make this whole thing look great for both of us, you know. Really in the back of my mind, so I started off like 140 pounds, right? In the back of my mind, I thought 1 year or around 1 year, I should be able to lose over 100 pounds. And if that happens, I mean, that is just like a win, 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 win for everybody involved. He's already told me that like the mindset that I've had has been one of the best he's ever encountered, and I want to build on that. And anyway, it is what it is. Going to meet the guy now to check out the timber cruise for our wooded land, and we'll see what comes of that. And then got some other stuff planned for later. Nacho, I got a question for you. Ooh, muddy. Nacho, if that's Nacho Tractor, whose is it?
Did he say it looks okay?
He said he's seen worse, he's seen better. He said that's why he's gonna have his boss come.
He's seen worse, he's seen better.
the bad part would be the terrain is hard.
It is. It's not flat.
But this is we had some hardwood, so it's positive.